Welcome to The Show Off, the podcast where we make each other sit down, shut up, and watch episodes of our favorite TV shows and then explain, or be forced to listen to, why it's top-tier television. This show is for anyone who has ever wanted to go on endless tangents about their favorite shows, but their friends and family don't want to hear it. We get it. Ditch those losers and come hang out with us instead. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Campy.
And this is The Show Off.
Previously on the Show Off podcast.
So, next time on The Show Off,
We're watching Agatha All Along.
we are back to Agatha All Along.
Woo!
We are doing episode 5, Darkest Hour, Wake Thy Power. And you did make some predictions.
Yes, and I stand by them. I think this is Agatha's trial. They get split up. They get separated and they have to kind of figure it out on their own.
You did say something else last time. You said you predicted that they would turn on Agatha.
Oh, did I say that?
You said that.
As far as grander show predictions, Teen is not her child. What's Teen's deal?
What's Teen's deal?
Jen,
Our healer,
is gonna be absolutely thriving by the end of this. Kooky lady,
Lilia, Patty LuPone.
Fuck, I think she's gonna die.
Oof.
I think one more person will die, and I think it's Lilia.
Because she's the oldest?
Although Agatha could die as a sacrifice.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think she will. And then Protection Witch. What's her name?
Alice.
I really hope she hasn't outdone her usefulness, so to speak, because her character journey is kind of over.
Yeah.
I really hope that's not the case. And then Rio, who the fuck knows what her deal is?
Who the fuck knows what her deal
But
is?
that's what I like from Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, true facts. Can't wait to tell you my trial theory. It was the one thing that I was right about when this show was originally airing. So I think this will be a really, really good one to chat through. We're back. We're
Hello.
here. We're live.
Hello.
We're back. Yeah, we just determined that it has been nearly 2 full months.
Just about.
Everyone listening to this podcast hates us. Our 6.5 regular listeners are so sick of our guts because we are too sporadic with all this. But
and that's my fault.
yeah, I
was
mean,
basically gone for those 2 months.
yeah, in your defense, you have a very good excuse.
Yeah.
You were not physically here, and also you were working your ass off.
I was, and surviving a potential serial killer tow truck driver.
Yes. Oh my God. That could be an entire episode on its own.
I know. It's a story for another time for the podcast.
We were out for dinner the other day, and Campy was telling me this story about how she almost got murdered. And I say to her, you, out of all of my friends, are the one who somehow ends up with the craziest stories.
It's just the universe. I just attract
Crazies?
crazy. I guess so. Yeah.
Psychos?
Just my energy.
Weirdos? All of the above?
Correct.
But you lived to tell the tale,
I did. I survived.
and now we're back.
I got to go to El Reno. That was
You
cool.
did? Yeah, you sent me a picture from the town.
I did. Yeah, I made I paid the visit to the Twist X Memorial.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the thing that every storm chaser is required to do at some point. So now that I've done that, I feel like I can
You're
officially
official.
chase. Yeah.
You're official.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I paid my respects. And then went to the town, ate right across from the theater that's shot in Twisters.
Yep.
So that was cool.
Yeah. Sent me a picture and said, what's this movie from?
That was
Or, yeah, what movie is this
such
from?
a pull. I just sent you a picture of the theater front. There's nothing on it. It's a nondescript theater. And I'm just
Yeah, I guess, but
take a wild guess.
it was recognizable enough.
Yeah,
that
you
I recognized
nailed it within seconds.
I was like, Twisters? And then I was like, wait, no, I second guessed myself. But you're like,
Oh,
no, that's right.
I was so impressed.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That was fun. Cool. Well, we are back today with Agatha.
Yeah.
Quick recap for us and also
For me.
for the people and for anyone who maybe is just tuning into this specific episode. We are making our way through Agatha All Along. We have watched episode 1, Seekest Thou the Road, in which Agatha escaped from Wanda's spell
Yep.
and her fake detective life.
Uh-huh.
And
Whose shoes are these?
Whose shoes are these? Yeah, whose shoes are these?
I feel like I have a line from every episode.
Yeah. There's at least one standout in every episode for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We met Rio in that episode, played by Aubrey Plaza.
Yep.
And we also met Teen in that episode.
Yes. Is that it?
More or less, there's like the whole plot of like the case that she's trying to solve.
Oh yeah, there's that whole thing.
And there may or may not be references to that later on.
Ooh.
But actually, you know what?
Fun.
I'll just take this opportunity to remind you of a couple things. Do you remember? So there's a scene where Agatha and Rio are talking in her house. There's like sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Talking. And they're talking about the case.
Mm-hmm.
And Agatha's like, what was it? It's like something like there was a car crash outside of town.
Oh,
Where was it?
it?
Eastview. What happened? Don't know. I think like I don't know what it is, but I can't shake this feeling it's connected.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that now that you bring it up.
Yes.
Okay, so that's relevant.
It is slightly relevant. Yes.
Interesting. Because I just assumed the body in the woods that they're trying to investigate is like Wanda's.
It is Wanda, and
Body.
we determined that by the end of the episode.
Okay, cool.
But there are a few factors that we have not explained yet.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that locked away up there.
There's that. Yeah, I think
related to Agatha's trauma at all? Sorry, keep going.
what's not related to no. Yeah, there are a few other like Easter eggs, I would say, from the episode. There is a line that Rio says something like, "Do you remember why you hate me?" And she's like, "No."
Yeah.
So we're kind of getting there in some of these later episodes. But anyway, then we go to episode 2. We get the gang together.
Right, getting the band together. We got... Who do we got? We got Jen, who's our potions witch. Yeah.
We got Lilia, who is our divination witch.
She's awesome. I love her.
We love her. And we have Alice, who is our protection witch.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's everybody, right? Plus...
Well, and then Mrs. Hart.
And then Mrs. Hart.
Because the Black Heart.
Yes, on the list. So we go on the road. We sing the ballad. It's great.
Yep, and then the weird little ring wraith creatures.
Yes, the Salem 7 are chasing them. Vaguely ring wraith looking.
Right. Doesn't the bunny make it to the road?
The bunny does not make it to the road.
The bunny doesn't make it.
The bunny is missing. As of
is this going to be a problem?
Time. I can neither confirm nor deny.
This is going to be a problem. Okay.
It is a problem to me personally because I
mean, you do have a Senior Scratchy.
I have a Senior Scratchy plush toy.
Yes.
So I personally need him to come back, but we shall see. Then we are on the road and we end up in what kind of scene, Camps?
Oh God, it's like the Hamptons, but disturbing. It was a reminiscent of the one movie that I can't think of right now. It will come to me in
Get Out?
No. It'll come to me at night when I'm trying to fall asleep.
Okay.
Stepford Wives.
Okay.
Reminds me of Stepford Wives.
Sure.
Where everything is so perfect and polished that it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Because I just know it's all covering up some very dark stuff, which...
Interesting.
I was right. Because when they drink the wine...
Yes.
Weird, psycho, crazy shit starts happening.
It is the potions trial, right? So Jen has to... step up her game.
She has to make a potion without her magic.
We have to make an antidote. And they manage to do that, but not before everyone has like a little trauma flashback of whatever's going on with them. Jen sees like this man who bound her powers.
Ugh.
And she gets like almost drowned.
God, I hated
in
that
the sink,
so much.
Which was terrible.
Did we talk about... We talked about like the history of gynecology in America and like...
I think we did.
Black women's treatment. And like black women as midwives and...
Yes, we did. Yeah, you brought up some interesting history that was connotations
informs Jen's character.
Yeah.
I think her history there.
Yeah, and then she has a line later in the next episode where she talks about how she was a midwife.
Yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera. So yeah.
Okay, we did talk about that.
We did talk about that. Yeah, that was really interesting. But that's her backstory. And then Lilia sees a woman.
The whole Italian thing.
A girl. Yeah, a girl who is like in... I don't know, 1600s Italian garb.
Yeah, Renaissance.
Something like that. But then she sees like a spooky figure skeleton-y sort of Grim Reaper looking thing.
And then doesn't she just start yelling like everyone's dead in Italian?
Yes. She speaks Italian. So something happened to her. Mm-hmm. That was bad, and a lot of people died. And then who's left? Alice saw her mom.
Yep. Yeah, and then the whole like creepy, your grandmother died today.
Yeah.
And I felt it.
Yeah.
And it's coming for me. I'm next.
Yes.
Screams.
Yeah, and I can't save you.
Terrified. Yeah. Which we figure that out the next episode.
Right. That's pretty much wrapped up in the next episode. And then Agatha sees a crib, which
has the Necronomicon instead of a baby in it.
Yes. It has a baby crying, but then when she goes up to it, it's the Book of the Damned. And that's about that episode. Oh, and then Mrs. Hart dies.
Mrs. Hart dies. And I was so sad because I was screaming the whole time, like, give her the potion, damn it.
Yeah. You and everyone else watching the show. There was much discussion about it afterwards on the interwebs. But they either didn't give her enough potion, or the road just killed her because she wasn't magical enough, or we don't really know. The road killed her because we needed Rio. Well, yes. Plot-wise, we needed an excuse to bring Aubrey Plaza back, but she's gone.
I still stand Mrs. Hart's magic.
Okay, I'm here for it.
It's the whole what would have died on the vine thing.
Sure. Yeah, she has a green thumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I believe every woman's a little magic. They all have their thing.
Full agreement. What would your magic power be?
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even know.
I think, what would it be? I think your witch affiliation would have something to do with like bringing the right people together at the right time.
Ooh,
because you're a connector person.
That's true. That's true. The biz buds.
Campy introduced me and several other friends together to form a group of small business owners.
Yeah, well, you're all entrepreneurs. I'm like, why don't you talk to each other?
But yeah, I think that's already your superpower, but it would be your superpower in like an even more magical way.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What would mine be?
Oh, I mean, you're so witchy as it is.
Oh, okay.
It's such like a holistic, if that makes sense.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Sure.
But definitely, obviously, like health energy.
Okay. Yeah.
But I also think like that doesn't just translate to you. I think you bring out the best in other people as far as like pursuing health. Like, does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Maybe, actually, you know, it would be really helpful if I could just like look at a person and be like, here's what you need. I kind of do that already. Yeah. But if I could even have an even better sense of like I could kind of like read your aura or something and be like, here is, which like there are people in this world that can actually do that. But
you're very good at like guiding people in the right direction in their health journeys as well. Like,
yeah, I do think I'm
especially
pretty good at that.
Like personal experience with me. Like, oh my God, you got me through the last 2 years. So
yeah. In some ways. Okay. Anyway, that was a nice diversion. But so that leads us through episode 3, and then episode 4 we have the next trial, which is for Alice, and it is the 70s rock trial because her mom was a 70s rock and roll musician. And we find out that she has this curse, and then we have to fight the curse with the power of song.
Yep, and the power of friendship.
Yeah. And Teen gets stabbed.
Skipping something.
Oh, what am I skipping?
The little conversation between Rio and Agatha.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm skipping a lot. But yes.
The whole... Well, yeah, I'm like thinking of first of all, Patti LaBelle cries seeing how witches were murdered, which totally get it.
Yep.
But then Agatha and Rio have the conversation about
in the sound booth.
Yeah, you get what you want, which is power, and I get what I want.
You get your power, and I get my bodies.
Bodies. Yes, and then Teen gets stabbed with a shard of glass.
So you bring that conversation up specifically. Do you have any particular thoughts about that line, or it just kind of stuck out to you?
Well, because Agatha is intentionally trying to sabotage Rio there.
Well, they don't like each other. They kind of do, but they definitely also hate each other.
Yeah, well, obviously, because there's history there.
And Agatha does not want Rio there.
She doesn't want Rio there. But it's too late. Rio's there.
Right.
I do think Agatha is genuinely trying to sabotage Rio in the eyes of the other women, so she maintains her credibility with the other women and her control over the situation.
Sure.
Because as soon as Rio establishes more credibility than Agatha, Agatha's no longer the one in charge. And that also means Rio can shape the narrative about Agatha, which is currently what happens to Agatha all the time, constantly.
True. Interesting points. Yes.
Plus, I just think it's an interesting... Because it is the implication of Agatha's going to steal everybody else's power and Rio's going to harvest their bodies.
I was going to say, why does Rio want bodies?
Fertilizer?
Okay.
No,
she's the Green Witch. She is the Green Witch.
I think she's bound to do a job.
She says later. She says later. So now we're skipping ahead again. So Teen gets stabbed, and then we have to save him. Agatha freaks out about it. Mm-hmm. And while Jen is saving him, Agatha is like, there's a part where Agatha also looks at Rio and is like, don't. Do you remember this?
Vaguely.
Just
don't take him. Right?
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? That's how I read it.
Sure.
Especially after the line we just talked about.
Yeah. Just wanted to recall that for you. Mm-hmm. But we do indeed save Teen. Jen saves Teen. And then we're talking around the campfire. And everybody's sharing their little war stories.
Yep. Covered in nipples.
Knitting needle to the elbow was Agatha's. Mm-hmm. And then Rio tells a little story.
Yep.
About there was someone she once loved and she had to do something that she didn't want to do, but she had to because it was her job, but it hurt them. Mm-hmm.
And then Agatha walks away.
And then Agatha gets up.
We all know what's going on.
Yes. Yeah. And then they have a little moment in the woods where like they almost kiss, but then Rio's like, that boy isn't yours. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at.
And that's why I also think their relationship is definitely tied to Agatha's trauma and what happened to Agatha's child.
Right. Her son.
Yeah. Especially because if this is a chance for them to rekindle their romance, which Rio doesn't seem opposed to, it does seem important to Rio that's like, this cannot rekindle on this false hope.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Rio respects Agatha.
Yeah, I think that's
even
true.
For the animosity there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, cool. We're caught up. We're refreshed.
We are going into episode 5, Darkest Hour, Wake Thy Power. Uh-huh. As I have said previously, this and episode 3 were tied as to like which of the episodes I would have shown you in a show off.
That's right.
One-off kind of context. So I'm very curious for you to see this episode and see what you think.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I don't have too many predictions other than I think it's Agatha's episode based on the color theme that we ended on.
Sure.
And as far as her trauma, probably going to learn more about the baby. I would hope. Mm-hmm. But I am curious. I'm like, your most traumatic thing isn't your mother trying to kill you. Unless it is part of her trial and her trauma. And so we get some flashbacks from Wanda.
From Wanda?
Like the flashback scene in WandaVision where you establish Agatha as a witch.
Yes.
Because that would be cool to see that replay different ways over and over again.
That's true.
And like see her coven turn against her. Ooh, I'm getting ideas. And none of this is going to happen. Because everything I say is wrong. But
I will not say anything. Let's just watch. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, let's go watch the episode.
Okay. All right. We've done it. We've
back.
watched episode 5.
Yes.
Thoughts? Big
Well, I was right. It was Agatha's.
It was Agatha's trial. You were right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A spot on there.
We did establish the color theme.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I was holding my tongue earlier when you were speculating on what the trial might be.
I was kind of right.
You were kind of right. Which originally you said like, oh, maybe it's about her son, which I think a lot of people were also thinking prior to this. But then you were like, oh, but maybe it's about her like original trauma with her coven.
Yeah. And her mother trying to kill her.
And that is indeed the direction we went in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you think about that kind of choice?
Vindicated.
Yeah.
I mean, no, that would have been hella traumatic. And I feel like that moment really did shape the rest of her life.
Right.
Especially because that is the moment that is highlighted in WandaVision.
Yep.
That is the backstory they chose to give us.
Right.
For WandaVision to explain Agatha.
Yeah.
So, yeah, makes perfect sense.
Well, and that is referenced here. Like we watched the previously on showed us the little flashback, but even with that, it's almost even like further back than that. It's just kind of like her relationship with her mom.
Oh my god, yeah,
being absolutely terrible.
My whole thing was like, the fuck, that went way too fast, because I feel like it was maybe 5 minutes total of interaction between the two of them.
Oh, like in the actual episode?
Yeah, and very little information was actually given.
About like just about them?
Yeah. Like enough to be like, wow, her mom really sounds like a
tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not enough to actually like kind of get a little more into the meat and potatoes of it.
No, we didn't get like an actual flashback or anything.
No.
Yeah, actually, now that we're talking about it, it's a minimum emotional journey for Agatha too. Like she has an emotional response. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I think as per usual, it's a lot more of like, I feel like this is what you like. It's like hinting at the thing and then backing off.
Okay, yeah. I love this.
Okay.
I love this shit. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Because the only way I would be disappointed is if they didn't follow through on any of this. Which I feel like they literally have to.
Yeah.
They have to give us more. This isn't done. We're not done exploring Agatha's trauma.
No. I'll just confirm that right now.
Yeah.
No, like we got several episodes to go here.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more to unpack.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick impressions on the ending there with Mr. Teen.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to point out from this episode?
Where's Rio? Where's she go?
Where is Rio? As I said to you off air, a question you should always be asking. Yes. Where is Rio?
No, I do have one other thought, which is I fucking love the 80s, man.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good concept.
We got Poltergeist. We got Evil Dead.
Yes.
I think I clocked something else that I can't remember now. What an era for horror. Oh my God.
Horror, for sure. And I don't like, I'll wait to hear more about what you think, but I think they nailed it. Visually.
Great. Yeah, it was good. I was hoping for some pea soup, which we did not get.
What's that from?
Poltergeist.
Oh, okay. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
or not Poltergeist, I'm sorry, Exorcism. I'm
Okay.
thinking of the wrong movie. Exorcism. She throws up like a
gross.
horrid thing, and everyone just calls it pea soup because I think it was literally pea soup.
Oh, great. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So we start, like I said, we had the little flashback, and we do some recapping. That boy isn't yours, etc., etc. And then we open on the Salem 7. Rolling up to the road. They have gotten in.
Well, animals are getting in.
Animals are getting in.
Which I immediately go, ooh, that's the Salem 7.
Yeah. You clocked it real fast.
Well, I mean, it was kind of...
Well, it should be obvious, but you would be surprised at how many reactions I've seen to this show where people are like, what's going on? There's it. Like, come on, y'all. Yeah. So the Salem 7 show up in their animal forms, and then they transform into their witch forms.
Which all they do is screech.
Yeah, they're just kind of screeching around, and they find the crystal, one of the crystals that they use to summon Rio. That's how they got in.
Oh.
Was through however she came through.
That's what their crystal was. Cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
So then we cut to Lilia suddenly waking up, and she has seen this.
Yes.
So she has had a vision of the Salem 7 on the road, and she says, we gotta go. The summoning spell, we left the door open, she says. And then Rio's there, and she's like, yeah, Lilia, tell them. And then she's like, yeah, it's the Salem 7. When Agatha killed her original coven by stealing their power. And then Rio chimes in, because her own mother tried to have her executed.
Yeah, Rio coming to her defense. And then Jen like immediately jumps down her throat. And is like, why are you defending a psychopathic serial killer? Yeah. Jen,
you honey, creepy lurker.
Like, Jen, you're also on the road with her. Like, yeah. You agreed to, what are you?
You've been frenemies with her for the last who knows how long,
you're
300 years.
Endorsing her too. Like,
yeah. Yeah. No, Jen is no saint. For sure.
And, you know, Rio also brings up a good point. Her mother tried to kill her as self-defense.
Yeah, she attacked back. But then Lilia goes on, when Agatha murdered her sister witches, she spared their young children. Rio says, yeah, and then they became a feral, hive-minded coven bent on revenge.
You know, that seems like a very apt description based on their behavior.
Yes.
Because, again, just screeching.
Yeah, very animalistic behavior, really.
Also, like, what's it been, 400 years? Like,
something like that. Yeah.
Babes, revenge ain't good for the soul.
Right, get over it.
Also, can I just say too, like, Agatha sparing the children, like, again, emphasis on the narrative being painted around Agatha of Agatha was evil enough that she would have killed these children, but in a moment of mercy, she spared. What if Agatha's just not evil, and she went to kill the children no matter what?
Right, or what if she draws the line at kids?
Yeah, well, I just think the whole framing of it of, like, she spared them. The framing of it is making the assumption, it's the hidden assumption that she is evil.
Right, that she, like, would have killed them if she wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a point
Again,
in there.
I am standing firm on this whole thing that the whole narrative around Agatha is the narrative everyone else has told.
Yeah,
that's it.
I would say that's a good hypothesis. We'll find out more as we go. But I think also the tie-in here of Agatha as a mother, Agatha sparing children, like we're making a pretty hardcore connection there.
Yeah, she did choke Wanda's children pretty viciously. But
yeah, but like they were fine.
Didn't kill them.
She didn't kill them. Actually, I want to talk about that more. Or did we talk about that when we talked about WandaVision? If you remember in that episode, she uses them temporarily to lure Wanda out. But then they kind of just like fall on their butts in the street. And then Wanda's like, leave, and they try to argue with her for a second. She just stands there and waits.
Yeah.
And then they leave, and that's it. She doesn't go after them.
That's true. But she was pretty viciously choking them.
Yeah, I mean, they were still talking.
Just...
Yeah. I hear you. Okay, moving on. So then Agatha rolls in. She hasn't been in the scene this whole time. She walks in.
She doesn't just walk in. She comes storming in.
She does. She kind of whirls in with putting her coat on. And she's like, all right, moral of the story, kids, is always finish what you started. Also, mercy is overrated. Pack up your shit, let's go. And she does the coat.
Always the coat.
Always the coat. It's never not funny. So then they start running away, but then the Salem 7 are surrounding them and they're trapped. And Teen says, what about Hexenbessen? Which, did you catch that actual word?
Nope.
Yeah. So we didn't have subtitles on. We just freeballed it this episode. But he says, what about a Hexenbessen? And they're all like, no, that's a terrible idea. Except for Rio, who's like, yes, that's great. And then he's like, okay, whatever, if you guys are too cool. But then like they hear some more screeching and they're like, hey, let's do it. Brooms are great. But Lilia says they're humiliating because they've been co-opted by the holiday industrial complex.
That got a giggle out of me.
As an absurd emblem of our culture. So at this point, she's almost hammering it a little too hard of like stereotypes and witches, you know?
Yeah. She does make the point about like an obvious sign of domesticity.
Female domesticity,
which,
yeah.
I'm like, in my mind, the broomstick as a tool of power, to me, that's women reclaiming their tools of domesticity to assert their power.
Sure. Yeah, you could definitely.
Because there's nothing wrong with domesticity, as long as that's the choice.
Yeah. But
anyway, and then Jen makes They're basic.
And they're basic. But then they do some like little spell chant situation that all of them seem to know automatically. So they all kind of grab these branches from like the side of
roots.
The hill where they're at, and they become our broomsticks, and they're kind of like wrapping them and stuff, and then they have to.
Where'd Rio get rope?
I think it was like a vine or something.
Okay. All right.
All right. Okay.
It looked a lot like rope.
Yeah. And then Agatha wraps some leaves around hers, but then they have to exchange them.
Yep.
So immediately, and I really like this part, immediately Agatha and Rio pair up to do their little exchange and their spell. Like, they don't even talk about it. They just do it as though they have done this 500 million times before, which I love. Show, not tell. And then Jen and Lilia also make brooms for each other.
And Jen's response, oh, this is so pretty.
And Lily's like, you could have done better. And then Alice and Teen. So they exchange that, and then along the way, Teen's like asking questions, and Agatha says, it's about selflessness, Teen. And Jen's like, oh, really? Really, is it? Tell us more. And Agatha says, we fly together or not at all.
She says that, which I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. And then as soon as they all take off, she goes, keep up.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
She contradicts herself a lot.
Right. So, oh yeah. And then one of the Salem 7 attacks Teen, but Alice hits them with a broom.
Yeah, she's protection mode.
She's in protection mode. So she perhaps gained some confidence from her trial.
It certainly seems that way.
Also, remember, she's an ex-cop, so she probably just has some some instincts in there. Yeah. Okay. So they all get out on the brooms, and yeah, Teen's just hurrying to catch up, and now we're all flying. Yay! And at this point is where I said, looks like a Disney ride to me.
Yeah, and this is when I'm like, they can't go off the road. What are they doing?
You accurately said they can't go off the road.
Yep.
But they do decide to go up above the road.
Yep. Which is off the road.
Which is still off the road, technically. But we get this great shot of them flying in front of the moon.
Yeah, and then we take a moment to see Agatha kind of relaxing.
Everybody is in various states of wonder, joy, wow, this is so amazing. And yes, go on about Agatha.
Yeah, I mean, she breathes in, and it's her whole body seems to relax, and
it's like a true moment of peace.
Straightens out. Yeah,
it's like a true moment of peace for a millisecond.
That moment of freedom. Of literally being unshackled from everything.
Right.
Yeah, she looks over at Rio, and Rio's also doing her own little back straightening thing.
Very majestic.
Wind in her hair.
Yeah.
And Agatha's just look the other way.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. She gets a how would I describe this expression? I don't know. It kind of just brings her back to reality for a second, I think. Yeah, she had that brief moment, and then looked over at her and was like, right.
Yep.
But I think there's also some sadness there, or it's a lot of complicated emotions happening.
A lot of emotions.
Okay, and then Teen hopefully says, why haven't we been doing this the whole time?
Because
yeah.
You're not on the road.
They all start slowly turning, and I think the camera turns with them.
Oh yeah, the camera tilts with them.
Yeah,
you see
which
the
is nice.
horizon literally start to invert.
Yes, invert. And then Agatha's like, no, the road is forcing us down. We're gonna crash. Everyone's barreling towards the earth, and then we get a really fabulous witch cackle from Aubrey Plaza.
God. I was taking a sip of water at the moment too.
Yeah. You almost had a real spit take.
I literally, yes, it came very close.
Yeah. But that was great. I looked over at you and I was like, oh, bad time to take a sip of water.
Should have warned me.
But then they're all screaming, but they're back on the road, and one of the Salem 7 pops up, and it's the one that's bees.
Oh my God.
Or flies? Bees, flies,
beetles, something.
Some kind of insect you do not want to be flying through.
No, she opens her mouth. The feral screech comes out, as well as a bunch of bugs. And I'm having flashbacks to the Mummy as a child.
Right, it's very mummy coded. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
and they all fly through.
Yep.
So apparently that was no obstacle at all. They fly through and crash in front of this house, and then they all run inside. And we are in our next trial.
80s slumber party.
80s slumber party. Yeah. So we all get in. Everyone's freaking out. Agatha's like, okay, like, we're fine. Jen says, no, we're not. The entire Halloween aisle's outside waiting for us.
That's a great line.
But it doesn't look like they can get in, so all we have to do is complete the trial and continue on before they can reach us. Teen can't find his spell book. We spend a brief moment on that.
Agatha's like, training wheels off.
Training wheels are off. Yeah, which is interesting.
I like that. She's encouraging him.
Well, and like thinking about
snarky way.
Thinking about where we end up at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
The training wheels are certainly off. But then somebody asks the critical question, whose trial is this?
Isn't it Rio that answers?
It is Rio that
Agatha's.
is walking around. She's looking around and she looks out the window and then kind of laughs and goes, it's Agatha's.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very interesting. Teen asks, how do you know? And Lilia says, it's a blood moon when the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. I guess implying that Agatha's a killer.
Well, that's where they jump to, right? Is like,
right.
Who else would it be other than the person who's killed the most people?
Sure.
It's
sure.
like the most score to settle with the dead.
Yes. Yep. And Teen says, oh, I thought talking to the dead was your department. And she's like, oh, common misconception. I read people, I read time, but talking to spirits is just a con.
Interesting that she says it's a con.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because pretty sure we're talking to some spirits here.
True.
But
True.
I guess the rules don't apply to the road. Or the road has their own set
Right,
of
the
rules.
road has its own rules.
Yeah.
Well, and I think she's specifically referring to her own like psychic practice.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So back to Rio, she says, who better to commune with the dead than someone who's put so many in the grave? Mm-hmm. She's doing like a weird voice, which I tried to replicate just now.
I just imagine Audrey Plaza was just like having the most fun of her life.
The absolute time of her life. Yeah, for sure. I think all of them were on this show. I mean, can you imagine? It's just kind of like, it seems like, so fun.
She literally, they're just like, okay, just be you. Be weird.
Be a fucking crazy weirdo.
Do whatever the fuck. Like, that's the vibe I get from her direction.
True.
And she was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Watch me flex.
I do, like, whenever I see her in interviews and stuff, I do get the vibe that, like, she is constantly just keeping a lid on it. Mm-hmm. A bit, you know, like she's always kind of restraining herself maybe a little bit.
I saw an interview of her recently where she said like she got her husband helicopter lessons for his birthday because if there's an apocalypse, someone has to know how to fly the helicopter. The interviewer asked like, so if he's flying the helicopter, what are you doing? Like, what's your role? And she's like, oh, I'm arms.
Yeah, I'm shooting. Yeah, exactly. No, that tracks.
She's just so chaotic.
Yeah. The chaos energy is strong. So who better to commune with the dead than someone who's put so many in the grave? Agatha just kind of gives her like a side eye and doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And then Teen goes over and picks up what, Camps?
The Ouija board.
The Ouija board.
Because it kind of jumps out of I think like it jumps out of a shelf or something.
Okay, yeah.
Like it prompts them.
Yeah.
Like, this is what you got to do. And then I think all of their watches start too.
Their watches sync up. Yeah. Yeah, which is cool. Like it's fun to see the like how the timer shows up in every new trial.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So the last one was the metronome. The one before that was just a regular digital timer. And now we have these watches.
Yeah.
Okay. He says, we have to Ouija. And Agatha goes, it's not a verb.
Like, that's what you're objecting to, Agatha.
Right. Which is like clearly just finding something to object to.
Deflecting.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of deflecting going on in this episode for sure. Okay, and then Teen reads the rules. So, number 1, do not use the Ouija board alone. Number 2, do not speak over each other. Cue lots of squabbling.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
we did use the Ouija board alone. Anyway.
Okay. And 3, do not taunt the spirits. Everyone looks at Agatha. She's just like, what? 4, do not ask about death. 5, always end your session with goodbye. 6, do not under any circumstances remove your hand from the planchette. If you do, a spirit will be released. And it's for ages 3 and up. Okay, so they all kind of sit around. Teen says, I wonder who's waiting for you. Jen chimes in, and with what trauma? And Agatha's like, it could literally be anybody. which again is another deflection. All right, and then we get round one. Ouija round one. Agatha starts mother, maiden, crone. So notice she says it in the wrong order. She says mother, maiden, crone instead of maiden, mother, crone. See, these are things you definitely will not catch without the subtitles on.
Yeah.
So no big deal. We're talking about it now.
I figured she must have said something wrong the first time, because the second time she put so much emphasis on like, I'll say it right.
Yeah.
Or, like the way she says it.
Yeah, exactly.
Her tone.
Mother, maiden, crone, spirits be known. And then like, okay, we can hear something. I'm not moving it. Are you moving it? Is someone here with us during...
I feel like that's the obligatory line.
That's the obligatory line, absolutely. Someone here with us during this witching hour. And we spell out Mrs. Hart, which you guessed right away. You would be shocked at the number of reactions I've watched where people were like, Mr. Shart?
Come on.
I know.
As soon as it said Mrs., I'm like, oh, it's Mrs. Hart.
Yeah. No, and I got it right away too, but... Yeah.
Mr. Shart?
Mr. Shart.
I love that.
It did make for some good laughs, I would say. Mrs. Hart, and then they're like, hey girl, feeling better? How's your face?
Don't taunt them.
No taunting. And then Lilia lets go of the planchette.
Well, it jerks away from her.
Yeah, because Agatha moves it. And then Agatha starts getting possessed. She's like,
oh my God, it's the most ridiculous. And because her hair is in the side ponytail and crimped.
Yeah.
It's just flying around like a helicopter.
Fully helicopter.
So dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, you were very non-reactive during this whole part, so I was trying to get a vibe of like what you were thinking.
Yeah, I think during this I was like, is this really what they're going for?
Yeah.
For the possession? Because I'm like, this is... Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Which I guess I was justified in feeling a little
right.
miffed.
Yeah, you're like when you don't know what's going on at first, you're like, am I supposed to laugh?
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I love your socks.
They're from my sister-in-law. Yeah, you're like, are you supposed to laugh? Like,
yeah.
What's going on? Am I supposed to take this seriously?
It sounds a little weird. And then she starts doing her Mrs. Hart impression.
She starts doing her best Mrs. Hart.
Is when she said casserole, I was like, oh my God, she's totally faking it.
Okay, that was what tipped you off?
I was a little sus, and then it was on that line where I was like, okay.
Yeah. Living my tiny life in the burbs, baking casseroles, linking into conspiracy theories on Facebook, drinking before noon, etc., etc. And then they're all like, oh, listen, Mrs. Hart. And then like, oh, she's not Mrs. Hart. She's Sharon Davis. She's not Sharon Davis. She's Agatha. And this is where Rio says, she's just scared.
Mm-hmm. And just, as soon as Rio says that.
Yeah, just dead eyes at Agatha.
Yeah, she drops the act.
And Agatha completely drops it at that point.
It's so interesting because like part of her bravado is not showing her fear, even though she's clearly fearful. She always tries to play
That's
cool.
really interesting.
Yeah, so as soon as Rio puts her on the spot and says, you're being a coward, that's when Agatha finally is like, fine, I'll play a game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think it's also kind of the thing of like, Rio's the only one there who really can see through her BS, like fully, and like knows her, actually genuinely knows her well enough to be able to say that.
Yep.
So that's another part of it.
Say it, and there's meaning behind it. Because if
right.
anyone else is like, you're being scared, she could easily be like, no,
I'm not. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and like, yeah, and for,
no, I'm having fun.
Like, and you're right, and for Rio to say it the way she said it, like, no room for argument.
Nope.
She's just scared and like stares her straight in the eyes. And that's when she kind of knows, like, okay.
Yep. Immediately diffuses Agatha.
Yeah. Which is, like, almost a superpower in and of itself. Mm-hmm. So, props to Rio. She's just scared. And she's like, okay, I thought that was pretty good. Which I did, too. I thought it was a pretty spot-on impersonation. You know, in a mocking way, but still pretty good. All right, clock is ticking. So, let's get to it. We do the real thing now. Maiden, mother, crone. And at this point is where I said to you, do you love that TV in the background? Which is like one of my, I don't know why, that the shot where like Agatha sits back down and she's actually starting to do the thing and say the incantation, And there's just something about that blue
the
TV.
Static.
The static.
Yeah.
It's just like the best shot.
The way you see oh God, what is it called? The scanning lines. Yeah. Scan lines going on.
And it's Poltergeist.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's such a vibe.
Awesome. Maiden Mother Crone, spirits be known. Who is here with us tonight? And she's, the tone is much different this time.
Yep.
And then, everyone has their hands on the thing. We spell out DEATH. Death.
Dun, dun, dun.
Rio laughs. Rio finds this hilarious. So that's something to note. But then Teen's like,
I feel like Rio's just like, duh, that's obvious.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So Agatha says, what do you want? PUNISH. Punish. Who do you want to punish? Guess
I wonder who.
We start spelling Agatha. She's like, stop, but they just keep spelling it. And then her hands come off the planchette. She falls back. The lights start going crazy. Papers start flying around. Everyone starts freaking out again, except Rio, who is absolutely delighted by all of this. She's just like, wow. And yeah, everyone's screaming, make it stop. At this point, we get this shot of Lilia, and she says, I don't know if you caught this, she says, I hated this the first time. And then that's when Teen says, Lilia's being weird again.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
That's one of her little phrases.
That's one of her little phrases.
Is she just saying all this stuff out of order? I need a list. I need a list of her phrases.
Right. So just note that.
Okay.
All right. What do they want? And then
oh my God, they're going to do it again. Anyway, keep going.
Okay. This is where Jen says, they already told us. She takes out her retainer because she's gotta have retainer-free teeth for this. Punish Agatha. Everything stops. And Agatha suddenly looks pretty, I would say, scared.
Yeah. They're turning on her.
Yeah. I mean, talk about rehashing her trauma. Like,
yeah, her whole coven. Just suddenly out of nowhere, tides turned against her. They're all scapegoating her.
Yeah. So I guess there's
the solution to their problem is to kill her.
Yeah. And nobody quite outright. Well, Rio kind of does.
Yeah. Rio does.
Yeah. What do they all say? Lilia's like, well, we could tie her up. Alice is like, humiliation would work too. And then Rio's like, why don't we just slit her throat?
Yeah. Rio's like, let's just get to the point.
But Jen is like, no, it's how we pass the trial. And she's getting real snappy.
Oh, I don't like that. That implication of like, we have to torture her to pass this.
Right.
Like, ugh.
And after everything she's done, the lies, the cheating, the complete and utter lack of humanity, and Teen's like, no, there has to be another way. And Agatha's like, yeah, right. Yeah, there has to be another way. And that's where they all suggest the different options. There's a joke about Agatha not having female friends. Mm-hmm. And then Teen's like, well, what happened? Like, we were getting along. Like, we were clicking. And Jen just goes, familiars don't get a vote.
I'm really against Jen in this episode.
Yeah.
I was even saying at this point, I'm like, this doesn't feel like Jen anymore.
Yeah, it does kind of almost feel like she's possessed or something, which then we get into that later.
Yeah.
But I think it's almost more of like, it's like her opportunity. She finds an opportunity that she's probably always wanted.
Sure.
And just rips. Lets it rip.
It's not a good look.
No, it's not a good look at all. But she says familiars don't get a vote. And Teen looks pretty mad about that.
Yeah.
Pretty mad about that.
They're like, has he not been involved this whole time? Has he not helped solve a lot of these trials?
Right.
And here he's just being completely shunted to the side, not even as a teen, but as someone else's property.
Yeah. We might come back to that later. Okay, but then Agatha disappears. Mm-hmm. Where'd she go? They all start looking around. What happened? And then the lights go out and they have some flashlights.
Yep.
And they're all just kind of looking around, Agatha, let's talk about this. We're sisters in the craft. And we just start hearing some heavy breathing in the background. Did anyone else hear that? Oh crap. She's on the ceiling.
Well, something drips on Teen.
Something drips onto him.
Which I was like, just commit. Just make it blood. But no, it's probably like drool or something stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's the one that does the slow pan up and then flashlight.
Classic horror movie.
Agatha. It is a mix between Exorcism and Evil Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially once you really see the makeup, Evil Dead.
Yeah.
You were spot on when you said that.
Cool. Well, that's part of the reason I wanted to show you this episode in particular,
God, I love
too.
Evil Dead
Because
so
I knew it
much.
was your vibe.
Oh my God. You have no idea how much I love that movie.
Yeah. So Agatha's possessed. She's on the ceiling. She drops down. She starts doing like the crazy possessed crawling around on the floor thing. Mm-hmm. Everybody's freaking out.
Oh no, where is she going?
Yeah, we get some choice lines from Rio. The first one is, "Sweetheart, you okay?" Everyone's like freaking out. I think Jen at one point is like, "She's faking it."
Yeah, I don't.
Which is
see
like,
how.
okay, we set that up before from Agatha indeed playing a prank on them. But this seems like pretty far to go for that. And then, yeah, she's like chasing Teen, or Agatha's like chasing Teen or something. And we're like, what's she doing? Where's she going? And it's like, you don't even see her. It's just from the background. It's just off camera. It's so good.
Whoever was doing the editing, like, they definitely captured that in another shot. And someone was like, this is too good to
Right.
mess up.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What's she doing? Where's she going? That is not Agatha. She's possessed for real this time. Jen like tries to distract her from Teen, but then Agatha goes after her and starts choking her.
Starts choking her to death.
And yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Because Agatha is possessed.
Yep.
As we soon find out by her mother.
Yep.
So that is her mother choking Jen. And then her mother who later appeals to Jen. I'm sorry. Who's the real villain here? Because it wasn't Agatha that was trying to kill Jen there.
You know, there's a point to be made there, I would say. I'll leave that one there. Okay, so yeah, she's choking, and then Lilia flips the lights on. Agatha vanishes. They all go back out to the like living area. And this is where Rio starts to get a little mad. She's like, Agatha, where is she? You know, and like kind of some of the first emotion we've actually really seen from her.
Yeah.
Besides her like kind of one-on-one interactions with Agatha. Other than that, she's pretty even keel. Like there's pretty much nothing that can rattle her.
Right.
And suddenly she's a little bit
like she's enjoying the strangeness, the weirdness, the frighteningness of it all.
Right. She was all into it.
Yeah.
Prior to this moment.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
Just like a switch flips, and she just
the switch
gets angry.
Yeah.
Okay. So then they're all gathered around, and a ghost materializes on the staircase. Everyone's freaking out. Somebody says, "What is that?" And Rio says, "That is a ghost. I hate ghosts."
Yeah.
Okay, Rio, do you have experience with ghosts?
She must.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's that about?
bodies.
Bodies. She likes bodies. She hates ghosts.
Math seems to math here.
Okay. Who are you? Evanora Harkness of the Salemites. It's Agatha's mom. And Agatha herself kind of pops up in the loft and is like, "Hey, Mom. It's nice having you in my body for a second there. I've never felt so close to you before." And her mom says, "My coven risked everything to kill her, and you fools have willingly joined her. Stop embarrassing me in front of my friends, Mom." So what do? Do we banish her? Emotion ties them to this plane. They have unfinished business. Okay, classic ghost stuff.
Yep.
All right, Teen asks her, "What do you want?" And she says, "You must finish the Witch's Road without Agatha. Leave her with me." And once again, we cut to Agatha, and Agatha seems genuinely afraid, or at least like dismayed by this.
Yeah. I mean, not too much to explain away there.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And this is where Rio says, no way.
Yeah. And it's like, well, hold on there, Rio. You were good with slitting her throat just a minute ago.
A minute ago, you were ready to slit her throat. And she says, yeah, well, her mother can't have her. Which it feels so, I don't know, ex-partner coded.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yes, I will fuck them up, but their shitty family can't say nothing.
Oh, no. There is definitely, like, it just reads so much into history of, like, She
awesome.
must have told Rio everything fucked up that her mom did to her and all the trauma and all the baggage that she inherited from her mom.
Yeah.
That Rio is like, oh, no.
Right. Well, and like going back to earlier, like when Rio said, Agatha killed her coven, like, yeah, because her mother was trying to have her executed.
Yeah.
Does really kind of read into the idea that at some point Agatha told Rio her side of the story.
Yes.
And that is the side that Rio chooses to ascribe to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that little defensiveness that comes up when it's...
Well, and like, she ain't over her.
No, God, no.
Not even by a long shot. But this is where Agatha comes down the stairs and says, Mom, why do you hate me still?
Oh.
Which is just gutting. Terrible.
It really hurts.
It hurts.
It
hurts
really
a lot.
hurts.
And again, like one of the very, very, very few moments we see Agatha show any kind of vulnerability, much less in front of other people.
Yeah.
But it seems like she has to kind of take this opportunity to ask the question. And this is where Evanora says, you were born evil.
My God.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. I ought to have killed you the moment you left my body.
Ouch.
A moment of silence for that one.
Like, fuck.
Yeah. I remember watching that for the first time. I was like, ow.
Like, how can Jen and Lilia specifically, I'm calling them out for a reason, how can they stand there, hear that, and not have at least a little bit of empathy for Agatha?
Well, actually, you know what's interesting about this little sequence here is we get that bomb drop, and then we see Agatha's kind of, quietly devastated reaction. We see Rio kind of go like, ugh, like, and kind of like turn away a little bit. And then we see Alice and Alice's reaction. And she's kind of like, and I think it's supposed to call back to like, we just did a whole episode on Alice and Alice's mom and her relationship to her mom and how much her mom created a hit song that would protect her for the rest of her, for as long as possible until she could defeat this curse. And now we have Agatha's mom who thinks she's evil and should have killed her from the second she was born.
Yeah.
So it is a striking contrast.
Which interesting because so what I'm assuming, I'm kind of jumping ahead here.
Yeah.
Right. Because in Alice's story, it's a generational curse. And her mom's response to it is, I need to protect her.
Yeah.
And do everything that I can to protect her. In Agatha's instance, in a way, I think Agatha's ability is a bit of a curse, as we kind of see unfold, possibly, maybe. And that, she kind of can't control what happens when others attack her with power.
Sure.
Which is why her mom is her mom's perspective of that is that is a curse. That is a bad thing that you have. And her mom's response to that is, you need to be destroyed.
Yeah.
Rather than protected.
I like that, bringing the curse part into it. Yeah. That's great.
God, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, it's wild. It is wild. And Jen's the one to try and pull everyone away.
Literally,
we have to go.
How could you not have that? She didn't stand a chance. Agatha didn't stand a chance. If her mom saw her as evil from the beginning.
Right, and presumably treated her with some level of contempt from early childhood. Yeah.
And just that pleading of I can be good.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much Agatha begs or what Agatha does. She will never be good in her mom's eyes because of what she inherently has, which is her power.
Yeah. Which she did not ask for.
Ouch.
Yeah. Woof. So, yeah, Jen's we gotta go. Teen's what? No. And she says, no, there's no flood here. There's no fire. The only danger to us in this trial is Agatha Harkness. So they kind of lead you to believe there's going to be some turnaround here that everyone's going to save her somehow.
Oh, I'm Jen. I was against Jen. I'm no, Jen's done. Jen's done with Agatha and I'm done with Jen.
Yeah. Jen, not Jen's finest moment in this episode for sure.
No.
Yeah, but this is where Agatha basically starts begging, please take me with you. Don't let her, keep me here. Please don't go. I can be good. That's where we have that line.
Refrain.
Which, props, you immediately connected back to the flashback, which I did as well, and not nearly enough other people did.
It is such a, to me, that is such a heart-wrenching, line.
It totally.
Because,
I think
like,
it's amazing.
The fact that someone has to plead for their goodness to be seen to me is very heartbreaking.
Yeah. Right. And like thinking back to her mother's response to that in the flashback, which is no, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're putting a lot of the pieces together here, and everything's starting to make a whole lot of sense.
She's reliving her trauma.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Okay. But then she gets repossessed. The ghost of her mother repossesses her. She starts freaking out again. But then Alice comes through and starts shooting her powers at her.
Yep. And it does knock the ghost out of her.
It does knock the ghost out of her. Yeah. And you were pretty surprised by this when Alice suddenly started
shooting powers.
I
didn't know she could shoot powers.
Yeah. And like from her reaction, like she didn't really know either.
Yeah. No, it seems like, oh, this is new.
Yeah. Totally. So she does that. And then.
Which, I mean, hold on. Because when Jen passed her trial, she was able to heal Teen without, like.
True.
You know, so it's as they pass their trials, they are getting their power.
They're getting some level of powers back. Yeah. So, and in this case, Alice is trying to protect Agatha. Yeah. And to your point, she does dispel the ghost from her body. But then Agatha starts pulling in her power with her own powers. Yeah. What do you think about this?
It seemed like a knee-jerk reaction.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because the look on her face, as if she's enjoying it. Like, that's her face. Her face reads as like, yes, let me have all this power, right? Like, that's the facial expression. But there was a moment before that kicked in, and there like, it falters. It's not always held that way.
Yeah.
And it truly does seem like she is shut out from what's actually happening around her.
Yeah. She's not fully conscious of
it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I also read it that way too. And it's almost like, it's like a hunger.
Yeah.
I think. And it was almost like, I think knee-jerk reaction is right. And almost like I don't know. It's like when you haven't had water for the whole day and then you drink some water and you're just like guzzling it.
Yep.
Yeah. So everyone starts freaking out. At this point, Lilia does call out Knight of Wands.
Oh, a tarot card.
Okay. Remember, so we're doing the tarot cards and we're doing her little spazzy moments. So she's looking at Alice and she says Knight of Wands. Agatha keeps draining her powers. Teen is like, make her stop. He sees the Ouija board
still
freaking out in the corner. He goes over there. It spells out Nicholas Scratch. And he's reading it and he shouts, Nicholas Scratch. And that seems to snap Agatha out of it. She turns away. Her powers switch off.
All the clocks stop. Like, the timer's up.
Yeah, the timer's up.
Yeah. He moves the Ouija board planchette to goodbye. Which is like, I'm like, he used it alone. He broke one of the rules of the Ouija board.
Yeah. And something bad happened, which was Alice died. Yeah. Alice dies. Teen is freaking out. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Real quick. We hear when he reads Nicholas Scratch's name, we hear, Mama, stop.
Yeah,
little boy's voice.
The plea.
So Agatha hears it. Everyone seems to hear it. Her powers stop. She turns away. And then Teen's trying to get Alice to wake up. He's asking Jen if there's anything she can do. She's like, no, she's gone. Like, all of them are kind of just giving up.
Yeah.
Except for Teen, who's like really trying to save her. Agatha even kind of comes over and like tries to like touch Alice. And he's like, no, don't touch her.
Get away from her.
And she seems genuinely sad.
Yeah, she's not thrilled about it.
No. And she seems, I think there's also some surprise or...
It's a whole mix.
Yeah.
It's surprise, disappointment, but also like that defeat of...
Yeah. And she kind of like, she looks at Alice, you know, when Teen says don't touch her, she kind of looks up at the other two and it's like, I didn't.
She does try to defend herself for a second.
Just like for like 2 words.
Which is something she doesn't really do often.
No, she never justifies herself for anything. So, but then she basically, you know, she kind of stands there for a minute and then she runs away. She climbs out of the staircase had folded down from the ceiling, which is their way out.
Yep.
And she climbs out, and on the way, Rio gives her a hard look, and she climbs out of the tree house, whatever,
like a tree house vibe.
Whatever it is they're in. Yeah. And goodbye, Alice, apparently. Apparently.
Ha! They're going to do this trial again.
Okay. And then we're outside. Agatha's there first, and she's just kind of like, she's like doing one of these.
She's having a moment.
Yeah. She almost looks like she's in pain. And then she opens her hand, and there's like a little bit of Alice's orange power there, but then it like turns into dust and like poofs away. So apparently all of that, even with all that, she still doesn't have her power.
Nope.
So we can speculate as to why that is exactly, but I'm guessing it just wasn't enough to like fully power her up.
Yeah, especially because Alice was surprised. We're all surprised that she
yeah,
had that
and she
kind
got
of power.
cut off.
Yeah,
like she did end up killing Alice, but then I don't know.
Well, that I just don't think Alice had a ton of it yet. Like
True.
she was like, if power is a symbol for confidence, she was only starting to get it.
True.
You
Very
know?
true. So yeah, it poofs away, and then Teen comes out, and he's all mad at her. He goes up to her, and she's like, "How could you?" And she kind of backs up, and she like puts a hand up even to like stop him. How could you kill her? And she's like, I couldn't control it.
Yep. Again, trying to defend herself, which is rare.
Yeah, and stuttering. Like so much, like you can tell she's just completely like, this is Agatha with the mask off, at least to me.
She actually does care about what Teen thinks of her.
Yeah. I think that's like another key part of this. And he immediately says, "Yes, you could have. Don't lie to me." And she's like, "I'm not. You wanted her power. That's what this has always been about for you, isn't it?"
And then there's the switch.
Well, what's interesting is that doesn't quite switch her out of it yet. Like she's about to say something, and she still has this kind of like, lost kind of expression on her face. But then Jen is suddenly there and says, "Of course it is. That's what this is all about for all of us."
And it's a reminder of, oh yeah, this is why I operate alone. This is why I hate everybody.
Lilia says, "Death comes for us all." And Teen's like, "Is that what it means to be a witch? Just killing people to serve your own agenda?" No, not for me. This is the turn. So yeah, what do you think about this?
Well, she like her whole body language
changes. Tell me what you thought.
And she goes into evil Agatha mode.
Evil Agatha mode indeed.
A little smirk, the little head drop, and like looking up through the eyes, right?
Yeah.
What does she say?
She says, okay, she kind of snickers.
Yeah.
And like full evil, mischief expression. And then she gets real close to him by his ear and says, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And then she pulls back, and they're kind of just staring each other down. And she like puts her fingers under his chin.
Oh yeah, that's such a weird little move.
Yeah. And she just says, "You're so much like your mother."
And then snickers and
then waltzes off. And then come pet. So again,
yes, she does say that.
The familiar thing again.
Yep. I have thoughts.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Well, should we just finish? Like, let's just finish this.
Finish out the episode. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then he starts to get real angry, and suddenly Jen and Lilia are on either side of Agatha, dragging her away. And she's like, "What are you doing? Like, Teen, stop, let go of me." They throw her into the mud on the side of the road, which we have previously established with Mrs. Hart sucks you down into wherever.
Yeah.
She's screaming and she gets sucked under the mud. And then the other two start walking back towards Teen. You can see their eyes. They're like kind of blue.
They're blue.
Possessed.
Yeah.
And then he freaks out and throws them with his magic into the mud as well. And they are both screaming and get sucked under the mud. And then we go back to Teen, and he's wearing this crown sort of situation on his forehead. And his powers are all blue. So he's kind of in blue light. And then, "You should see me in a crown." The best needle drop. It's a good one. All right, what do you think?
Okay, so a couple of thoughts. First of all, was it Teen that was controlling them? Because I didn't read that.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead and tell you that is what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't entirely reading that. I thought it was possible that
it's hard to see at first.
Well, like I could tell they were being possessed.
Okay.
But I was like, oh, maybe it's the like Salemettes.
No,
no. Possessed everyone.
Yeah.
I was still partially convinced Jen was possessed throughout that episode.
Yeah. Oh, I got like a full crackpot theory that never turned out to be right that I will tell you when we're done.
Okay. Her line about you're so like your mother makes me think that it's Rio. Like it has to be someone that we've been introduced to. And the only good candidate is Rio. Just by nature of one, she knows that it's not Agatha's son. We know that it's not Agatha's son. I just had the realization that if her son spoke through the Ouija board, that means her son is dead. Or at least in the plane of the dead. Oh,
right.
That hurts.
Actually, so that is a good point. So she hears that, right? She hears that. She knows. So that is like the last nail in the proverbial and maybe literal coffin. That Teen is definitely not her son.
Yeah.
So then she can turn around and she has that realization somewhere in the front or back of her mind, and then is able to turn around and say this.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think it might
crazy.
be Rio's kid.
Well, okay. I'm debating whether I should tell you, because I can tell you I knew exactly who it was right away once we actually did this ending.
Oh, is it like some Marvel thing because of the...
Well, yes, but it's a Marvel thing that is related.
Is it a Marvel thing that I've seen?
Yes, recently. Who's the only other famous witch we know about?
Scarlet Witch,
Wanda.
Right? Wanda.
Wanda had how many sons?
2.
Mm-hmm. And one of them has super speed, and the other one
was like Wanda.
But
they weren't real. And then she went to the other universe to get them, right? That's what you said?
Yes. Okay. there are extenuating circumstances, but this is Wanda's son, Billy.
Okay.
The magical one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you see the crown is supposed to be like the big indicator.
The crown is reminiscent of Wanda.
Yeah. Yeah. So
interesting.
And then her being like, you're so much like your mother. And this is something she did to Wanda too, the whole chin thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. See, that's whoosh.
Yeah. So there were some visual similarities happening.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
So we may or may not be finding out how he came to be here.
Anyway, I think we're going to redo the whole trial.
You think we're going to redo it?
Kind of. In a weird roundabout way, I think it might. Because the whole thing of like Lilia shouting out, I hate it the first time we did this or something.
Oh, I hated this the first time. Yeah, that's true.
And like, literally he just took out all the competition except for Rio, because who knows where the fuck Rio went. So like, what's the show?
So what's the show?
And like, Agatha still needs to, I don't know, it's kind of called Agatha All Along. So like,
it is called Agatha All Along.
She kind of needs her closure.
Yeah.
With her trauma. I'm not going to say if she survives or not, but she needs her closure.
Yeah, you want to hear my crazy theory?
Yeah.
That did not pan out.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was absolutely shooketh by this episode when I first watched it. Not just because of the teen reveal at the end, though I thought that was awesome. But because this went like a way I completely did not, like I did not think Alice or anyone was going to die this soon again after Mrs. Hart in the first one.
Yeah.
Like I thought we were going to make it a little farther along in the rest of the show before we started killing people off. No, that happened. Also, yeah, did not see. I also was like on the train of like, the coven is like learning about each other and like we're becoming kind of friends-ish maybe. And like the end of the whole last episode with everybody sitting around the campfire, like, okay, we're bonding, like, and like Agatha slowly becoming the kind of leader of this little ragtag group of witches. I thought we were doing something along those lines. And then this episode was really like, nah, just take all of that, that whole like Disney narrative that you have imprinted in your brain and shake it upside down and mix it up a bit. That's kind of one of the reasons that I thought that I wanted to show you this episode. That being said, it's much easier to talk about in context with everything else that has already happened. But my crazy theory for this episode was similar to yours in that I thought at the end of this episode, I was like trying to figure it all out. And I was like, okay, what if it wasn't real? Like, what if this wasn't the real trial?
Yeah, that's kind of where my mind, or like, it's not over yet.
Yeah, and I thought, okay, in the beginning, before they even go into the doors, when they fly through the Salem 7 bug witch, I was like, something happened when they all flew through the bugs. Like there was a spell in there or something. Okay. That that made them all think that they were going into the next trial, but it actually wasn't. And then also my theory was when I don't know if this if you clocked this too, but like when they come out of this trial, the color grading is significantly different.
It's very, if I'm remembering correctly, it's kind of grayscale-ish, right? Like I don't remember any kind of color popping. It's very white.
Well, and like it's to me it's very like yellow.
Is it yellow?
Yeah, it's very, okay. And I should say the vines when we come out are like yellowish orange, by the way.
Okay.
We didn't talk about that. But I thought the whole tone was very sort of yellow, whereas before we've been very blue purple toned.
Yeah.
When we're on the road, right? So
it
I was like
different. I got to go back and look at that.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
It just made me think like something is completely off here. That's all I'll say about that, because I don't want to tell you what happens next. But
yeah, interesting. I don't know. I don't, in a way, I'm like, I don't think the trial's done yet. Or if it is, they literally failed it. They fucking failed it.
Yeah.
Because the whole point
That's
of these
the other
trials is like, it's not just like, hey, here's your worst trauma. It's you need to overcome this.
Right.
If you want to be powerful again, you need to confront your trauma and win.
Yes.
And beat it. And Agatha's trauma was being betrayed by her coven for who she inherently is.
Yep.
And they betrayed her. And the whole point of these trials is them working as a coven.
Right.
Even though in a way it's every man for himself, it's still a coven.
Right.
They all failed.
Right. Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agatha included, because she killed somebody.
Yes.
But nonetheless. Yeah. So we are in a crazy spot.
They were all betraying her before she even killed anyone. Or at least Jen.
Yeah.
Jen was fully on board.
Fully. Yeah, totally. And yeah, I think like also at the time of my first watch of this, I just had already had kind of like a sense of where I thought, we were going. Like we already set up this convention of like, okay, every witch is going to have a trial. And like basically, starting with episode 3 is Jen. Then we have Alice, now Agatha, who's left, Lilia and Rio, teen, who knows? But that should, 9 episodes total. That should kind of lead us through the end of the show with a finale.
Right.
And then this episode happens and you're like, wait, so now half of them are under mud.
Yep.
Alice is dead. Rio is gone. Teen is the one responsible for putting them under the mud. What the fuck? Just like complete.
Which like that, I'm going to be honest. I'm not surprised by the shakeup.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I knew it was Agatha's episode.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, that defeats the anticipated order.
Yeah.
If we were going to go the conventional route.
True.
So I'm not entirely surprised that we're just like, all right, now that you know the convention, fuck the convention.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Wanda was
savvier
the same
than
way.
me. Yeah. Well, that is the other thing is like, yeah, if you map this onto WandaVision, episode 5 in WandaVision is where fake Pietro comes to town.
Oh, is it?
And that's like a big wrench in the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that is also kind of where the format gets disrupted. But Yeah, I was just so totally sucked into the narrative that they were spoon feeding me that I was like, excuse me. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that everyone's dead or missing.
Yeah, dead or missing. Yeah.
And it's interesting because it seems like the Salem 7
are
could
still at large.
be out there.
Yeah. They're still out there. Yeah. That was another thing, is like they didn't immediately show up to attack them when they left the trial.
Yep.
Which seems like another point in favor of, was the trial real?
Also, it's interesting that Teen is like, I'm going to have these two drag Agatha into the mud, and then I'm just going to fling them into... Why not just fling all three into the mud, man?
I think we're supposed to think that he went through like an escalation there of like, I'm mad, but I'm not going to kill you myself, but I'm going to control these other witches to kill you. And then, oh, now I'm just fully like losing control.
I suppose. Yeah.
So something like that. But yeah, that is episode 5, Darkest Hour, Wake Thy Power. We did wake some power.
Very nice.
Okay. Thoughts? Where are we going from here, Camps?
Give me the title.
Okay, I'll give you the title. Let's see. Next episode is called Familiar by Thy Side.
Okay, so they keep calling him a familiar.
They do indeed.
I don't know.
See, that's kind of the puzzle.
I really don't know. Where is Rio? What's going on with the Salem 7? Because that's not done.
Nope.
That seems like that's going to keep running its course until the series finale. Obviously, we're going to have to get Agatha, Jen, and Lilia back.
So you're saying they're not dead?
No.
Okay.
No, they're not.
They're not dead.
Poor Alice. I'm like, yeah, I think Alice is dead. That sucks.
For sure dead?
Really
you don't
like
think she's
Alice.
coming back?
I don't know. Part of me, the little optimist in me,
know.
is like, yes, but no, I think her plot is done. I mean, like, literally, she has her character, as far as like character growth and development, doesn't really have anywhere else to go. So
Right.
She kind of
she's part of the team, but
yeah, and like her character, I hate to say it this way, but like her character as a plot point literally served the purpose for the character and served the purpose for driving the plot forward of her being murdered by Agatha. So
right. Yeah, and her arc was completed pretty relatively quickly.
Yeah. So rest in peace, Alice.
Yeah. Poor baby.
I don't know. I think maybe the next episode is just going to be kind of Teen on his own, or Rio does make her appearance and just taunts him relentlessly.
You know what? That would be fun. I kind of like that.
Just a Rio and Teen episode, but Rio just chews him alive.
Oh my god, the Rio Teen buddy cop episode we didn't know we needed.
That's what it is. I don't care that it's not, but
them trying to figure out where the other 3 went.
Teen being like, I don't know. I
don't know.
No
what
idea.
What do you mean? What? I don't know.
Wait, the car accident.
What? What about it?
You said that played into this somehow.
Somehow.
He didn't dream all this up, did he? He's not that powerful yet.
It's all a dream. That would be what, like Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. So something centering on Teen, probably.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And
we're still
Rio
going with
may
the
or may not.
trial thing. It's Teen's trial next, but which I think like the road.
Is it?
The road progresses. The road forces you to progress.
True. You have to go forward.
It could be Rio's trial.
Okay,
because like here's the thing: they were swallowed by the mud, and Rio is Earth Witch.
Oh, true.
So it's her element.
True.
If it's her trial.
Any further guesses on
what
Rio?
if it's her trial and she has to choose which of the 3 to save?
This would not be a problem for her. She would choose Agatha. I hate to break it to you, she wouldn't care about the other 2.
That's true. She gets her bodies.
Yeah, but yeah, any further speculation on her based on what we learned in this episode?
No, that's all I got.
She needs bodies. She laughs in the face of death. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't like ghosts. She hates ghosts.
Yeah, I got nothing.
She's a weird one. She's a crazy one.
I like her.
And she mysteriously disappears. I do really like how she's in and out.
Yeah.
Like, Jack Schaefer talks about this, has talked about this in interviews and stuff of like, she says something about like, when you have Aubrey Plaza, you have to be able to like deploy her selectively. It's like, I feel that. Especially when she's being this level. Yeah. So she's very much in and out of the show in that way. Okay, so next time, Familiar by Thy Side. What am I missing? I'm like totally
episode rating. Have we done
any episode ratings at all?
Oh shoot! I don't think we have.
Well, I'm down to do for this one.
Okay, all right. If you think of one, I'll do my best to think of one.
Let's ponder for a moment. Oh, I got one.
I gotta look something up.
Okay.
What's yours?
This episode for me is getting 1 out of 1 spooky, snowy background TVs.
Ooh, nice.
Mm-hmm. I just really like that little TV in the background. Poltergeist.
Hold on. Looking something up. No, darn, I thought there would be a number in there. I was trying to look up Army of Darkness. He has to chant something at the Necronomicon, so I wanted to make an Evil Dead reference. But there's no good way to tie that in. I'm going to give this... No, I don't like that either. I'm not as good as coming up with these.
Well, I feel this is funny to me because I feel like usually you got one locked and loaded and I'm the one who's floundering.
Because I always remember ahead of time to prep. It takes me time to think of something.
I mean, yeah, in our defense, we really haven't been doing them.
No. 0 out of 1 pea soup.
You wanted the pea soup.
Which is actually a good thing because the pea soup is disgusting.
Oh, it would have been gross.
Okay, that's my rating.
That's not the vibes we're going for.
And it's a good rating because a pea soup would mean it's bad.
Yeah.
So 0 out of 1 pea soups.
For sure. All right. So next time we will be doing Familiar by the Side. From here on out. Sorry, go ahead.
What are we doing next time?
I was going to say, I think from here on out, we're just going to watch the rest of the show.
Okay.
Because do we know what we're doing for show off episodes? I'm not prepared at all.
No. I mean, we talked about doing a political thing, but that might be for season 3.
Yeah, that might have to be for a future. Stay tuned. Next time, we will be doing Familiar by Thy Side, the next episode. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you for this episode. Did you notice what this episode clocked in at time-wise?
No idea. It seemed way too fast.
I was going to say, what's your guess?
I mean, like... I give it around 30, maybe 20, a little under 30. Under 30.
It was under 30.
Yeah.
I want to say it was something like 27, not including credits.
It was short.
At the time of watching it, I did think it was actually longer. I got real sucked in.
Yeah. No, I thought it went way too fast. It
was very fast, though. The next episode, I will just tell you up front, is a little bit longer.
Okay.
It's more like 45 minutes.
Cool.
So... that'll be good. And then, we shall see if any of our predictions pan out.
I'm going to think of something real off the wall as I'm trying to fall asleep tonight.
Totally.
And then I'm just going to really stick to it and never change my mind.
Please do. That'll be great. Okay. So you can follow the pod.
Yes.
On Spotify.
Yep.
Apple. YouTube.
Yes.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Of course.
You can leave us a comment in any of these places or a review if you wish. And you can also send us an email with your thoughts. What's our email again?
showofpod@gmail.com.
showofpod@gmail.com. But of course.
I'm like, you say this every time.
I know. I'm really off my... It's been 2 months.
It's been 2 months.
It's been 2 months.
We're both very rusty. We haven't even been editing or doing anything.
No, nothing. We've both been very busy. But the showofpod@gmail.com. Send us your thoughts. Tell us how much you love Agatha. And we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye, y'all. Thanks for listening to this episode of The Show Off. If you enjoyed this one, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcast. And give us your review of our episode pick for this week's pod. You can also email us at theshowoffpod@gmail.com. See you all next week.